3 Craft Cup events in the past. Gomas has won 1 Craft Cup event. BCQT won yesterday's event, so he has had 2 long days in a row. Now we notice that both players are building their barracks inside their main bases, so we're not going to see any cheese play. But let's hope we also don't have a 75-minute game.
Yeah, for sure.
With that in mind, anything you'd like to add to that, McDuffs?
Not too much. It just looks like it's going to be mirrored so far for the opening, and
our casting's not going to be the greatest because we're kind of tired and
that last couple series of games was a little
over the top.
Over the top, yeah. That's a great way to put it. Anyways,
first scout is by BCQT. Gomas is not scouting at all. So BCQT is moving his scout forward. And as that is happening, BCQT is cranking out a Marine out of his barracks. Gomas is doing the exact same thing. And now BCQT has seen every building Gomas has. And we've got barracks continuing to produce Marines for BCQT, and he's going to do a lap around his main base with this Marine. Gomas has inspected his main base, specifically behind the high grass with an SCV. Factory is the next building for Gomas. No add-on for Gomas's barracks. On the other hand, BCQT is not building a second building. Instead, he is adding a tech lab to his lone fighting unit producing structure, his barracks. And BCQT is moving forward with a single Marine. Factory for Gomas almost completed. Now, Gomas is probably not going to expand early because he's getting a second refinery. Gomas will have 5 Marines soon. To contrast this, BCQT is expanding quickly. Notice BCQT is not getting the second geyser. He is, however, getting a second and third barracks. And stim pack upgrade for BCQT has just begun, so we're going to have 2 very contrasting styles. BCQT with an infantry heavy fast expand, Gomas with a tech straight up to starport with no expansion. So it's going to be nice to see a totally contrasting style between these 2 players. MC Duffs, anything you'd like to add?
I'm just putting out some fires, that's fine.
Cool, no problem. Fire Silver, are you still in the call?
Yeah, I'm here.
What do you think?
Well, I don't think he's going for a very infantry-heavy build. The only problem BC's going to have is that obviously he can't get out a Raven. So, he's either going to have to rely on either if he gets an engineering bay and gets some missile turrets, or, if he saves up enough energy for scan and knows it's coming.
Nice scouting by Gomas. Notice he took that Helion as far as he could, but it's down to 6 health.
Yeah, and holding that Zelnaga obviously, gave him the information he needed that a push was on its way.
Absolutely. Now at this point, it looks like BCQT is in a rather defensive position. Stim pack is just completing. Combat shields just started. BCQT is building an engineering bay, and finally a second refinery on his main base. We are almost 7 minutes into this game. BCQT has got 25 harvesters mining off of 2 bases. Gomas, on the other hand, has 28 harvesters mining off of only 1 base. Now we notice a Banshee for Gomas. No, there is no... Yes, Cloak Research has just completed for Gomas, and the cloak is just barely taking effect. Very good timing by Gomas. BCQT looks like he's going to lose a few SCVs. And he will lose a few Marines as well. This Banshee is now up to 7 kills. It has definitely paid for itself.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the thing is, Gomas needs to do this kind of harassment. He needs to get as many kills as possible to
delay the economy.
Yeah, because obviously because of his late expansion, which isn't actually mining yet because he's still getting the upgrade. He really needs to, you know, do as much damage so that he can be on equal footing with Beastie QT here.
Yep, good point. Now we're noticing as well, finally Beastie QT is getting up to the factory tech level. And it looks like the Banshee was finally killed on the right side of Beastie QT's main base. A barracks now. Now, Beastie QT has both the stim pack and the combat shield upgrade completed for his Marines. And this Marine will meet an untimely and ugly death. And Gomez controls both Zelnaga watchtowers. Gomez has 4 more SCVs than Beastie QT. Both players are now mining off of 2 bases. Gomez has got 1, 2, 3 barracks. 1 barracks has a reactor. The other one will have a tech lab in about 2 seconds. Banshees continue to be pumped out. In fact, Gomez has got 2 Banshees. They both have the cloak upgrade. One of them is kind of down to 32 health and kind of sitting behind Beastie QT's base. Gomez realizes he can't do anything really effective with that Banshee, so he's going to take it back to his main base. Probably a good idea.
Yeah, that's for sure. It is sitting at 11 kills, so...
it did its job.
It did its job, that's right. And it's going to go back and get a nice repair.
Later on, he can make that part of his main army, and it'll just be something nasty you have to deal with. Now, BCQT did a stim pack on his Marines, and I'm not sure why he did that. He stim packed deep within his own base. I guess he wants to do a quick attack.
Guess he just really hates Banshees.
Could be. Here we go, Beastie QT pressing forward. The thing is, these Marines will be exposed. The Zelnaga watchtowers will show this army that Beastie QT has, which consists of about 12 Marines and 6 Marauders. And here comes the reply. And Gomez looks really strong here. The 2 siege tanks and the Marines don't have any upgrades. They don't have stim pack or combat shield. The tanks do have, of course, they do have the...
siege mode.
Yeah, exactly. And so the infantry that BCQT owns also has Marauders with concussion shells. Gomez stim pack has finally been completed. It just completed about 5 seconds ago.
It looks like Beastie did want to couch those tanks out of position, but he just wasn't quick enough, and those tanks managed to get into siege mode, so he ran out of there. Without tanks, Beastie, you know, he's either got to completely avoid these siege tanks or take him out of position. There's no way he can go head to head with it. Beastie does have an upgrade advantage having the +1 attack, but it's just about to finish for Gomez as well. And those Banshees still harassing those Marines at the Zelnaga watchtowers, so no sight there for Beastie.
And Beastie is being pushed back into his base. The army that Gomez has constructed is fearsome. 5 siege tanks, 35 Marines with stim pack now, no combat shield. And just being told here, the Banshee's got up to 16 kills. So Gomez attempted to press forward with a few Marines just to see where the siege tanks were. Notice as well, Gomez is now up to 1 starport, 1 factory, 3 barracks, and the destructible rocks go down. And I think Beastie QT is out of position here, and now Gomez has got access to Beastie QT's main base. He just has to run up the ramp. There's no defense. There's nothing there. Gomez is up to 70 SCVs mining off of 2 bases, but he's sending down a 3rd base.
Yeah, Beastie managing to snipe 2 tanks there.
Yep.
So, very, very good play with that stim pack.
if Gomez gets this command center going, he's got so many SCVs. Gomez will enjoy a monstrous economic advantage.
Yeah, for sure.
And it looks like it is going down. And the thing is right now, the extra SCVs for Gomez aren't helping him very much because he's only mining off of 2 bases. So it isn't really helping his economy, but as soon as he Maynard transfers 25 SCVs and BCQT scans it just as it's going down.
And there's the gold standard, gold standard, gold standard. And here's another gold standard, gold standard, gold standard.
And BCQT is not going to be able to get at this gold mineral base. At least he knows it's there. And there's BCQT's reply. Unit count for Gomez is 169. Unit count for BCQT is 146. The Marines are at +1 attack for Gomez. They do not have the combat shield. Here comes Beastie, stim packing all the way. Oh no, but he's got a planetary fortress and Beastie won't be able to deal very well with that. No, let's see what Beastie decides to do. Is he going to go right into the main base? Is he going to go after workers?
Going right after the engineering bay. That shield upgrade will not be finished. Or the armor upgrade, anyway. And it looks like Gomez is going to push in and try to take out these Marines and Marauders. Quite a bit of dropships here from Gomez.
Gomez is up to 155. And while that was going down, Gomez got into BCQT's base as well. BCQT's at 133 food count. A key difference is that Gomez does have the protection of these sets of destructible rocks. BCQT does not have the same luxury.
And look at this.
Yeah.
We've got 2 factories and 3 barracks being built right now by Gomez in the high yield area. These tanks are sieging up. We're going to have a fray right here. And it looks like Gomez is going to be able to push forward a little bit, but those tanks siege up, and almost all of Gomez's infantry does go down. But more tanks are left over for Gomez than we see with BCQT.
Overall, across the entire map, BCQT has got a 10-7 lead in tanks.
Interesting position of his third expansion here, going all the way to the other map to defend it, but I guess that really isn't a problem since those rocks are gone. It's not a long distance to get to it now with those gone.
True. So actually these rocks are an advantage for BCQT. And look, check this out. Now he's on low ground, but that's okay. He's protected by tanks. And this high yield mineral expansion for Gomez is in a lot of trouble.
That's right. As we see Gomez reacting, coming into it. He's on top of the cliff. SCVs are attacking those tanks, and he will maintain his expansion for the time being anyway.
And the problem is BCQT does not have a third base. Gomez has had a giant economic lead for about the last 5 minutes. And he is exploiting that economic lead. And that's very expensive. BCQT losing all the mining time of all those mules.
Definitely.
Now, if we take a look, Gomez sits at 89 SCVs, BCQT 54. Gomez is mining off of 2 blue mineral patches and 1 gold mineral. BCQT is mining off of 3 mineral expansions that are 3 standard blue mineral bases.
And man, Gomez has a lot of SCVs.
Absolutely. It would have been interesting to watch Gomez play against a Velo.
Yeah. Let's not throw any more fire on that flame.
Fuel on the fire? Okay.
Or any fuel on that flame anyway.